Hey everybody and welcome. This is our 25th anniversary and we're kicking off our 25th anniversary today with an interview series, and our very special guest today is none other than Cleveland Bird Brooks. I'm excited about having him today, and I have my questions ready for him today, so we hope you all enjoy the interview, and we look forward to presenting more interviews to you all in the days to come. So, Cleveland, question for you.
Yeah.
How long have you been a member of this church?
Well, if I can remember, ever since we first started out, I think it was back in 94, 95, when we left Mount Olive and we went to 14th Street. And I didn't do as much because I was working swing shift, 12 and 16 hours. So. But I left with the growing group that we got now, and a lot of them went back, but it was interesting to leave because we were leaving with the pastor. That was great. And it's been good ever since. We haven't missed a beat since I left in 95, Mount Olive, into the new organization.
That's good. So, since you were here since 94, 95, did you attend any of the services at homes? Did you go into any of the meetings that they had in the houses or other things that were going on?
No, I didn't get a chance to do that because the way I worked.
Okay.
But my mom came home and she would say what happened and how the people was doing it and what was going on and things like that. But when I got a chance to be off, I went to church, and that was on 14th Street. I never did go in the houses when it first started out.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this. As a newly organized Baptist church, what was the atmosphere or the feel of the church? And what did you feel about starting a brand new church from nothing?
Well, I wouldn't say nothing because if you look at it, the people that started the church, we have grown with them from the other church. First, the pastor's concerned, some of the deacons and the older ladies and men, and it seemed like it was the same. We just wasn't at Mount Olive, the church that we come from, and it was, like I say, the teaching was the same because it was the same pastor, and I don't think we missed a beat on that.
Right.
For it's coming from there.
Now I'm looking at you as we talk about the old church, and I see you light up. So I want to ask you, what is one of your fondest or best memories from the earlier days? Not calling you old, but just what is one of your favorite memories from the very beginning of the church?
Well, I am old. Well, that comes with time. But anyway, my former is, we used to, it's like family when you come. Family means something, and to come into the new organization with this church is, and from the other churches, I grew up. Everybody else went to school with them, and a lot of my Sunday school teachers was member of the church. I went to Mount Olive School with me, and their kids and all. But coming to the new organization is you get a chance. You got a chance to meet a lot of different people. Then that's when you became a family, knowing different people. Because if I never started this new church, I never got a chance to meet some of the people that I have met so far and grown with them.
So I heard you say family. Would you say that's the word to describe the atmosphere here at Faithful Baptist Church?
Yes, and that means a lot. A lot of people, when you come to a church atmosphere, that's what you be looking for. You look for family oriented. You're not saying that you my family, but it's family oriented.
Right.
And that's how people feel comfortable. You make people feel comfortable when you make them feel like they're welcome.
Right.
So that's the way I feel about that.
Now I know personally you are a deacon, you've been a trustee, you've been a part of our building committee. I think you were the usher at one time, maybe back in the earlier day. Tell us what has been the biggest challenge you have seen as a church from your perspective.
Well, my biggest challenge is when we started out, and we was in the building, the old building, and we started this new project, trying to make sure that that project got done. I mean, that was a challenge to me, but we got it done with a lot of help. But everything else wasn't a challenge because Reverend Sneed he was the man. I had to give that to him. He was the man, and he made it. When you talk about church, he made you feel like you was in church. He made you wanted to come to church because you want to hear him sing the way he teach in like Sunday school and stuff like that. Like I said, the biggest challenge I had was trying to get this new building built and go forward. That was my biggest challenge of this organization.
So the completion of the building, would you say that was one of your happiest moments of our new sanctuary?
Yes. Because they like to wore me out. But anyway, I enjoyed it because I wanted to see what it would be like.
Right.
Because we always talk about, well, everybody got a vision. Okay. Let's work with it. If you got a vision, let's work with it. Let's see what's happening. You didn't get a chance to see it finished completely, but we got it done.
Wow.
And that was my ultimate goal, working 12, 16 hours, trying to get contractors, trying to get this done. And we done well with the people we had.
Right. So after the completion of the building and some of the things we've accomplished now, what would you personally like to see as we move forward happen?
Well, now, it's some things that I like to see is if we get back into like the Christmas program, you know, people said speeches, I enjoy that. And like Easter, things of that nature. Just being involved, like Men's Day, Women's Day,
right.
Family and Friends Day. I like to see that come back once the pandemic is over. I like to see that come back. If we don't do it often, let's do it every now and then.
Right. So more of the traditional way of, gotcha.
But the new ways is fine with me too. I can adapt to anything. I don't got old, so ain't no sense in complaining.
Last question, ending up the interview. What do you feel about the state of the church? Do you feel it's headed in the right direction? Are you pleased with the new members, the increase that we're seeing? How do you feel about the state of the church?
The state of the church is fine. I think we're growing. And like I said before, the new members is people I've never known before. If they have never come here, I would never get a chance to even interact with them.
Wow.
And like the deacons on the deacon board, like Jackson and Derek, Fred, Mr. People's sons and all them, it's new people to me.
Right.
And like I said, where I used to work, I used to see people every now and then, but those guys was some people that is new conversation. So we heading. I like the way we going. We got a great pastor. Everybody I'm gonna say everybody, we got a great pastor. He's not like his dad. He can't sing like his dad. But anyway, he's great. He teach well. He knows the Bible, and he's great.
Wow. So ending up, what are your final comments to those who will see this interview or to anybody who will watch this in later years? What would you like to say to them in a few words?
Come to Faithful and you'll have a good time. You will really learn what church is all about. And I think that's what a lot of people look for is the old tradition in church. But the new kids on the block now is looking for different things. But you got to know who is in church. And we have a pastor that looks out at the congregation and he teaches everybody. He get on everybody's level, and that's what I like about that.
Amen. I need to meet this pastor you're talking about. He sounds like a pretty good guy.
You need to beat him. Well, if you want to beat him, you want to meet him or beat him?
Meet him.
You meet yourself.
Well, you all, this is the end of our first in this series of interviews. I had a good time today. We got many more to come. Y'all just tune in and just enjoy what we have to come.
Something else, like I told you before, I kind of wish we could get back into some of the altars organizations that we have, like Christmas, Men's
Right.
Day, Women's Day, Youth Day, things of that nature. Get everybody involved in it. And since I'm retired, maybe I can do a little bit more. I'm doing enough now, but maybe I can do a little more.
Amen. And you know what? I tell you what, I promise you
Don't put
this.
me over nothing.
I tell you what, I promise you this. We'll look back into bringing some things back. That's an easy thing to do, and I think for what you have contributed, your family, your mother, who's a integral part to our starting, your aunts,
Right.
your uncles, all of those people. I think it is worth me as a pastor hearing that and re-implementing some of those things.
That'd be great.
And so let me say this in closing. I am grateful for what you have contributed to this church, what your family has contributed. And as a pastor, I want to say you make it easy to lead, and I'm just grateful. You all, thank you for joining in, and we will see you all next time on the 25th year interview series. God bless you all, and see you all next time.
And have a good time.